In this video, I will show you how to add a TikTok feed to your Shopify store quickly and easily. The first thing that we need to do is open up Elfsight. This is the tool that we will be using to build the widget, and I've linked it in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you straight over to this page. This link also ensures that everything connects properly when we embed it. From here, just enter your email into this box to sign up for free, and then on this next page, create your password. Just like that, we are signed up and ready to go. Okay, so once we are signed up to Elfsight and we now have access to the Elfsight widgets, the widget that we are looking for in here is the TikTok feed. So we can come up to search widgets and simply search for TikTok. And right here, we can see the TikTok feed widget is going to appear. So we can click into this and it's now going to ask us to choose a template. Now, it doesn't really matter which template you choose, as the colors and the size and the layout is all completely customizable. So choose one of these templates and then we can click on continue. And in here, inside of the TikTok source, we can now choose which TikTok profile or hashtag we would like to link here. So as an example, I'm going to go to profile and then we can enter in your TikTok username. So as an example, let's just take this one with Charlie D'Amelio. We can grab this link and then all we have to do is paste it in here. And just like that, it's now going to be added. We can also go down and add in certain filters. So if we want certain hashtags from this profile, or if we want specific posts or specific keywords or specific dates, we can add all of these in right here and we can choose the posts that show up. Once this is added, we can then go to the layout area and we can choose the layout that we would like to go with. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said this is completely customizable. So we can choose the layout. We can also customize the layout. So with the width, I wouldn't change this, just leave it as it is. But we can go ahead and choose the amount of columns that we would like to have on. So we can choose the columns on all of these different devices, or we can just leave this on auto. We can choose how many rows are going to be shown. So if I go for 4, it's now going to show 4 rows. We can choose the amount of rows on mobile, the item spacing between each of these blocks. And we can also choose if we want to have a load more button, so people can click and load more of the account. We can also go ahead and choose to add a widget title here at the top, and we can customize what this says and add a caption. And then from here, we can now go down to the post area. And this is where we can choose things like the post style. So we have a few different styles that we can choose from. We can also choose what happens when somebody clicks onto one of these. So by default, it's just going to open up like this and it's going to show the TikTok. Or what we can do is we can open in a new tab and it's actually going to take them over to that post inside of TikTok. So we can choose which of these we would like to go with. We can also choose the pop-up style right here and how this is going to load. And then finally, we can go over to the style area. And in here, we can choose the color scheme. So if this is a light or dark website, we can also choose the accent color that we would like to use. And that's going to change the links and things like this. We can change the font. So by default, this is going to be your Shopify font. But if you would like to change it to any others, you can. And then we can also come down here to customize elements. We can click into the background, for example, and we can change the background color if we would like. I'm just going to turn this off. We can go down to the widget title and we can play around with the header, the colors and the font, the post colors and fonts and things like this. So just play around in these customized elements area and make this look how you would like it to look. Once you have this completed and you now want to put this on your store, all we then have to do is click on publish. And Elfsight is now going to take us over to this screen where we can now choose a plan. Now, the plan that I recommend starting out with is this free plan right here. This is absolutely awesome for just testing the widget out and putting it on your site. And then once this is live or getting traffic, you can upgrade to one of these paid plans at any time. Once we have selected our plan, Elfsight is then going to give us this piece of code. And this code is how we are going to embed the TikTok feed onto our Shopify store. So we just grab the code and then we can open up our Shopify editor right here. Inside of the editor, we just add a section, and the section that we want to add is custom liquid. So we type that in, we can add custom liquid, and then we just go over to this liquid code box and we paste in the code that we just copied. Just like this, after a few seconds, the TikTok feed is now going to load in, and that is how you can add a TikTok feed to your Shopify store.